How you doing? We're back here at the house in Brea, and we're going to be redoing the fireplace wall in a Venetian plaster. Now, Venetian plaster, what it is a paste. It's what it is ground up marble with a glue in it, and it goes on with a trowel like this. The trowel is needed as a stainless steel trowel with the beveled edges like this, so you don't put cut marks in it. But how this goes on, it trowels on, and you can do it a bunch of different ways. This is my second coat on this wall. First time you do a primer on it with something the same color tinted as whatever color you're using for the Venetian plaster. And you can cut this in with the spatula or the knife. You cut it in pretty good at the thing. We're gonna be putting crown molding up here, so it's not super critical. And how this goes on, it trowels on like this. You don't have to be too specific. Trowel it on, and even after it's on later, you can come back to it and you can add to it to make it thicker, to change the tone of it, to change the texture of it. Now what's nice about this is after it's up and dry, you can actually take and buff this, and you can get from a satin finish or a flat finish like this to actually a marbleized finish or shiny finish. And how you buff it is with this same tool. So I'll do that up here, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but after it's dry, you just come over it, and what you're doing is you're just knocking off the high spots, but you're buffing it and creating a little bit of a shine in there. And you can't see this or feel it, but it actually softens it up, and it almost feels like a suede leather after it's all done. And it looks like that too on the wall. So get a look at this after. I don't know if you can see the sheen on it that I've created right in here in this area. Can you see that right there in that area, how it's got a sheen on that versus this part right here is more of a satin finish. So what this wall was before was this is just drywall underneath here, and we mudded it and taped it and just sanded it smooth. I've also gone over the wall over in backwoods here. It was a textured wall. The only difference there is I had to use a little bit more Venetian plaster, kind of fill it in more, and it had some bumps in it and stuff. This flat wall here, it goes on a lot easier because it's just flat. It doesn't have to fill in any of the cracks or the bumps or anything in here. And as you see, it dries up lighter than when it goes on. And you can either do a glossy finish or a semi, or you can leave it flat. Either way you want to do it. And it has a real nice touch. Doesn't look anything like paint. It just looks really classy, Venetian, Italian, almost like a, I don't know, middle, what am I thinking?
Middle Ages.
Yeah, kind of like medieval.
You're just making it look elegant.
Yeah, it does. It looks a lot more elegant and just classy, and really dresses it up. And most of the cost of doing this is all in labor. The plaster runs about $100 for a gallon, and you can do a gallon. Will do this wall this size, probably 8 foot by 16 foot. A gallon will do one whole wall, 2 coats on it. So you can really dress up an accent wall with it, or you can do the whole room with it. I've done ceilings with it before. You do round walls with it. That's the nice thing about it too, is if you get a cut in the wall, say something happens in the wall. Well, if you were painting that wall, you'd have to paint corner to corner. Venetian plaster, you got some extra, just come back later, fill it in. You'll never know it was there. Let it dry. As long as the color is the same color, you can come back and do a repair anytime. Hole in the wall from pictures or from whatever, you know. So that's what's nice about Venetian plaster. So I'm going to finish up this wall, Venetian plaster. We're going to take the granite. I got a leather finished granite for the mantle, and I cut that out today, and we're going to put that in later after I finish the Venetian plaster. And well, hopefully you learned something there, and that's the basics of Venetian plaster. There's a lot more in technique and stuff you'll learn just by doing it, but practice it on something small that you won't see, maybe inside of a closet wall, or just a piece of drywall or something first. And you gotta get the hang of it, get the technique. There's another tool also, looks like a long flat one. I prefer this one, that's what works well with me. It's a smaller one, but the other one is about this, maybe 6 to 8 inches long. You can do that one and you achieve different finishes and stuff on it, but this is the one I like. So, all right, have fun.